This is a intro to a step-by-step guide on how to build your own kitchen cabinets. The problem with kitchen cabinets is that building a kitchen can be expensive, time-consuming, and complex. And one of the solutions is DIY. Yes, you can do this, and it's easier than you think. As a bonus, it is fun, you save a lot of money because trays can be very expensive. You learn new skills, you exercise with purpose, you increase the value of your home, you get exactly what you want, and you have the satisfaction of building it with your own hands. Now, I have to mention right from the start, the audience for this project is not professionals, but simple people with limited resources. So experience is not needed, neither you need a workshop or expensive machines or tools. Everybody can do this basically in their own kitchen, living room, porch or backyard. Just a small space is required and some basic tools. In order to achieve the simplicity of building this, we had a couple of assumptions. So build style. We choose an easy and simple build style accessible for everyone, for which I prepared a downloadable guide, which is available through a link in the description of this video. Another assumption is supplies. All the supplies must be available at your known and big DIY retailer, as such Home Depot or Lowe's in US, or Leroy Merlin or Obi in Europe, or Kingfisher in the United Kingdom. They also provide panel cutting services as well as MDF doors with pre-drilled hinge and handle doors if you would like to have like MDF doors instead of simple melamine doors. This cabinet is, as you can see, a sink cabinet that can be used in the kitchen, but also can be used as a vanity in the bathroom. What's different with this cabinet compared to the cabinet with two doors and one drawer is that you have a fake drawer front here, which is installed with these brackets, L brackets from inside, and you don't have the drawer box itself. Also, the cabinet, as you can see, doesn't have a shelf inside to allow for easy access to the piping that will go inside here, and also to allow for the sink bowl. Also, there is no backer on the cabinet, that 1/8 panel at the back. You don't have it here. For other types of cabinets, please feel free to check my other videos on this channel. I upload them pretty regularly as I create them. In order to be notified when I upload something, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hit the notification bell. Thank you very much. This cabinet, like any other cabinet, has two main parts. One part would be the box itself, which is assembled with special melamine screws, and the other part would be the accessories that go on it, like the plastic legs, the handles, the hinges, and in this particular case, these brackets for the fake drawer front. The box itself, without the accessories, looks like this. And as you can see, in this case is the box without the accessories, and also I have here the doors and the fake drawer front, although this can be made from custom profiled MDF. So now the very first thing to do before starting to assemble this kind of cabinets is to take every single panel from your supplier, as I said, your DIY retailer, that they cut this to size. They have this cutting service, and apply the edge band on all the surfaces or all the edges that are visible. For instance, all four edges of the drawer fronts and of the doors are visible, and they should be they should be applied edge band there. So drawer fronts, doors, also these front edges of the cabinet itself, the sides, both sides, top and the bottom. As I said, this is a specific type of cabinet. I have many other types and sizes. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section if you need to see something specific or check my other videos. This particular one has 30 inches width, 30 inches height and 24 inches depth, and comes in this particular configuration that can be used. It's a very standard combination for a kitchen sink cabinet or bathroom vanity cabinet. Okay, let's switch back to the assembly and let's go to step number 1. So in the assembly process of assembling this cabinet, the number 1 step would be to mark the position of this bracket. Again, all the dimensions that you need, all the accessory types and where you can find them in Home Depot, you're going to find every single information that you need in the downloadable guide. You will find the link in the description. And after that, you would follow these steps. So the step number 1 would be to attach this bracket or mark the position of this bracket on the cabinet. Usually the distance from the top would be somewhere around 1 inch, and this has to be brought about 1/8 from the front of the cabinet. The bracket itself should be something like 2 by 4 inches, width. Again, information in the downloadable guide. The bracket can be fastened at this point, or it can be just marked as a position and holes and can be fastened later. It's up to you. Okay. For the step number 2, we're gonna switch back to the box itself without the accessories. We have this specific view. So for the step number 2, you would put these panels on the back. So this edge would be with edge band and this one as well. This is the side and this is the bottom. So you would put them on the back just like that. And you would make sure that they are at 90 degrees here, and also they are flush here and there. You would use a special drill that you have in all the information you need in the guide to drill these holes. That's a step bit that drills the hole for the screw and also makes the chamfer for the screw head. What you have to be careful here is to make sure that you drill that hole in the center of the bottom panel, so you don't pierce it top or bottom. Okay, for base cabinets, usually we need 3 screws, one about 2-3 inches from the front and the back, and also one in the middle. The exact position is not important. Okay, and then we go to the next step, which would be assembling those 2 rails at the top. You have 2 rails. Same idea, you use the special bit and a drill to drill these holes, 2 holes per rail. Distance from the front is not very important, it's about 1 inch, and the most important thing is to go inside the middle of the panel, top and the bottom. So that's for one rail which is in the front and the second rail which is at the back. For the next step, we basically repeat the procedure with this side on the other side, the right side. We bring the panel and we make the screw holes for the rails at the back and also for the bottom panel. and we drive in the special melamine screws. Information can be found in the guide. For the next step, we have these rails at the back, which serve the purpose of fastening the cabinet to the wall. So the size is pretty much the same size as the top rails, but this one will be mounted flush with the back here, and also flush to the top rail here. So fasten that one again, the same thing with two screws on each side, and make sure everything is at 90 degrees and flush. For the next step, is basically the same idea, but that would be for the bottom rail. For the next step, we're gonna switch back to the main assembly, and for just in case you did not assemble this already, this is the time to assemble this bracket here. You would have by this time the whole box assembled, and now you start to put in accessories. So as I said, you will have installed this bracket here. You should have already marked the exact position and the hole positions. You would put it on the side just like that, and through inside you would drive these 3 screws here for the left and the right side. Make sure this stands proud of the edge of the cabinet by about 1/8 or 3 millimeters. Next step would be installing the drawer front using those brackets. So you would position this so that you have about 2-3 millimeters around gap on the top and also on the side, just like that. And you will fasten this from the back. An easy way to do this is to just put the cabinet facing down, just like that. Make sure you have this gap all around, sides and top, and drive 3 screws on each bracket from inside. You should end up with a cabinet just like this. Next step would be installing the plastic legs. For this, you should turn the cabinet upside down and use these plastic legs that can be purchased from the DIY store, and they can be fastened with those 5/8 or 16 millimeters screws, wood screws, using these 4 holes. The important thing to remember here is this tab has to overlap this edge like this for that side and like this for this side, so that the load when the cabinet is sitting on the normal position goes through those tabs into the legs, and do not break the bottom panel. That's a very important detail. Position of the legs relative to the front will give you the position of the kick plate, which is going to be mounted in these clips. So pay attention to that and be consistent with all your cabinets. Position at the back is not important, but usually it's about the same position as the front. Next position for the next step, we would go and bring the door. We would lay the cabinet down on one side. Let's say we start with the left side, and we will bring the door here, and we are going to install the hinges. As you see, the hinges they require a special hole here inside on the door. If you buy MDF doors, the Optimate, they can come with pre-drilled holes. If not, you have a special bit specified in the documentation that you can use, and you can find that bit at the DIY retailer. And also the precise position of that hole, you will be able to find it in the document, the installation document for this cabinet that's available, as I said so many times, in the downloadable in the link in the description of this video. So position of this 35 diameter millimeters hole is important relative to this edge and relative to this edge, and also the depth is very, very important, otherwise the doors will not work. So you bring in the door, you install the hinges, make sure this edge is parallel to this edge here, and you would use a 5/8 or 16 millimeters wood screws to fasten this to the door. Repeat with the next hinge on the bottom. Then you will flip this part of the hinge on the inside of the cabinet. Make sure you have this gap here, about 1/8 gap or 3 millimeters. Keep that gap because it's necessary for the door to function properly. And you would fasten the hinge to the inside of the cabinet, just like this, using the same screws as here. Fasten them in the middle of this distance, so if needed be, the door can be adjusted like vertically, just like that. As for the next step, we are going to install the other door. Basically repeat the previous two steps, same idea. Bring the door next to the cabinet, put in the hinges in both holes, make sure they are parallel, this edge with that edge. Use the screws to fasten to the door first, and after that flip this inside the cabinet, keep the gap between the door and the cabinet, and fasten with the same screws inside the cabinet. Like that. After that, it's time to install the handles. So for this particular step, you would position the handle the way you want it. As shown here, it can be like vertical, it can be horizontal. The dimension, the position exactly is not important as long as you like it. Usually 2-3 inches from either edge. Just be consistent with the whole kitchen. So drill the holes for the handle. The handles, they come with 2 metric screws that can be used from inside the cabinet through the door or the drawer into the handle. I have to mention here, if you buy the handles first and then you order special MDF doors with special profiles, you can tell the door provider to drill all the holes for you, namely the holes for the hinges and the holes for the handles. There you go. For this step, we would remove the doors from the hinges. The hinges, they have a clip, or they can be removed by unscrewing the screws that assemble them to the inside of the cabinet. This is not absolutely necessary, but it's going to ease the installation process and protect the doors during this process. So remove the doors if you want, keep them on if you don't want. The important thing is here to bring the cabinet in the final position and then put a level here on the top and make sure it's all level. Adjust the height if needed from these legs. These plastic legs are adjustable. They can compensate for the floor issues. And after you have everything final and next to the wall, just use at least 2, if not all 4 screws to fasten the cabinet to the wall. There are special screws for this, about 75 millimeters or 3 inches screws that can go, wood screws that can go into the studs in the wall, or if you have a concrete wall, special concrete anchors can be used to fix this position. And the last step, For the last step, before fastening back the doors, bring the countertop and place it on top of the cabinet. Make sure the countertop is in the final position, and from inside the cabinet, using this, it's easier to show you from the back, using these rails, just fasten from bottom up at least 2 screws for each rail to fasten and fix in position the countertop relative to the cabinet and the cabinet relative to the wall, so everything now it's in position and fixed. Don't forget to add the doors back if you remove them. Then also, if this face is exposed and no other cabinets comes on this side or the other side, you can also cover the screw heads if they bother you. They don't bother me, but if you want, you can. You have a small accessory specified in the document that you can use to cover those holes, or you can use just plain silicone to cover them. And the very last thing would be when the whole kitchen is assembled and you have everything in place, don't forget to install the kick plate. In order to install the kick plate, you're gonna use this clip from the legs. This has a second part that comes a piece of plastic that goes about here, and it's fastened to the kick plate. And the kick plate, when you're gonna bring it in, is gonna look somehow like this. The function of that is to cover the gap below the cabinets and to hide the doors behind. And this is pretty much it. Congratulations, you assembled and installed a kitchen cabinet. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I'm uploading new videos. Please comment if you have any comments in the comment section below. Also, please do go and check my other videos for other cabinet types if you are curious how they are assembled and installed. Don't forget about the downloadable guide that's available in the notes under this video, in the description. That document has all the tools that you need with exact screenshots from Home Depot, all the hardware and the screws that you need with exact screenshots from Home Depot, all the materials you need with exact screenshots from Home Depot, all the dimensions needed to build this, and the cut list with all the boards and panels precisely dimensioned. It's a great step-by-step guide with 3D drawings and notes on how to build this cabinet with great details and dimensions, basically everything you need to put this together. As I said, check my description for the link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.